Welcome back to my channel, everyone. I'm Kichi Bae, or Sam. Kichi Bae is my art name. Sam's my normal person name, so you call me whatever you want. I don't care. Welcome back to my monthly vlog where I'm just recapping what I did last month in the studio. It was a busy month. It flew by. I can't believe it's May, and it's not even just May 1st. I'm recording this like on May 6th, which I started a part-time job. Well, I went out looking for a part-time job last month and somehow ended up with 3. And I'm overworked a little bit right now between working in the bar and any sliver of time I have dedicated to art and the gym. So I'm just a little tired. If I stumble over my words, that is why. What happened in April? As far as art goes, I finally finished these 2 paintings that I told you I would finish last month. With this one, my self-portrait, I could just push it on and on and on. There's so many different elements, as you can see, and I could just keep going. 2 things. I have a problem with overworking paintings, so I try to paint really slow, and that's why it's taken me months to finish this, because I will step back for a few days and just not touch it and really try to examine it. But anytime I look at it, I just see a trillion things that I can do, and I don't feel like doing them. I feel like it looks fine, and if I were to render everything, it would do the painting a disservice. So I'm gonna stop, call it done. Maybe in a few months before my show in November, I'll do some things, but for now I'm done. I want to work on a new painting. That's what I'm doing. I just gessoed so many paintings or canvas over here, and I'll be working on my new self-portrait, so that's exciting. And then this painting here, directly behind me, I finally finished. This one also took a bit longer because it's the first of its kind for my show. I wasn't anticipating having something like this in my solo show for CUTIES. I think I touched on it last month, where having just these self-portraits doesn't tell the full story of my self-love journey and my self-respect journey. I have to include my childhood in some way. And these paintings, I've done a lot of journaling and writing and sketching here, I'll actually just read it. So these are my inner child paintings to map out and navigate my childhood trauma. So what I wrote was, the inner child paintings are an alternate reality where I exist in a world where nothing bad can happen. The result of living in a world where nothing bad happened to me as a kid. So this world is just a place for myself, my inner child, to explore, wander freely, pick cuties, do whatever, without ever having experienced trauma or will ever experience trauma. It is just the perfect place. So these truly mean so much to me because I feel like I'm actually giving myself, my younger version of myself, something that I wasn't given as a kid. Still a lot to navigate and map out with that, but I'm really enjoying these paintings. And with these self-portraits, I put so much weight on them because I really nitpick the realism of the portraits. I'm trying to let that go a little bit and trying to be a little bit more painterly, which I think I've made a lot of progress with this painting compared to the last 2. But with these, I can be way more loose and way more free with it because it's just based off of my own sketches and drawings, and I can paint it however I want, and I really like how it's coming out so far. So that's that. Got a new palette over here. I switched from this tiny little palette to my giant one. Thank God. I was losing my mind with a small palette. With these giant paintings and multiple working at the same time. So glad. This is actually a glass top from a dresser we have down here. I don't think my mom knows. Hopefully she won't notice. I got a new rug that you'll see me unboxing in the video. Already has so much paint on it, which is good because that was the purpose, and it was 60% off on Amazon, so that's awesome. And now, yeah, it just has character. There's a big coffee stain already. Just lots of colors on the ground. We love it. And yeah, I think for this video, I'm just gonna kind of talk through some of the painting clips and see how that works out for this video, because there's lots of painting clips. I'm actually surprised with how much I was able to film despite feeling so busy with working a job in a bar. That being said, enjoy the painting clips. I'll pop in here and there, and yeah, enjoy. If only I had a rug. Oh my god, I should have hired someone to do this for me. I already has paint on it. Oh my god. Alright, well, got a package. And I know what it is, and I'm so excited. My friend Tanner just put out a book. He's an Atlanta artist, and his art has always inspired me. I'm obsessed. I've been obsessed with his artwork for so long, and he just put out a book full of all of his like line drawings and writing poems, I think. And we're gonna. I'm so excited. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. That's fun. Oh, and there's photos in here too. Yeah, this. Holy shit, this is sick. Oh yeah, I think he has more, so you should go buy it. Mother's Day is next Sunday, and I wanted to give my mom a painting because I have in the past, but they were, you know, early on in my painting career, and I wanted to give her something that I think she could relate to more. She always talks about how beautiful Korea is, and she lived in the countryside. She didn't live in the cities at all. She lived in the country, and she always talked about the mountains, the hills, the green fields, trees, everything. She always talked about how beautiful it was. I was born in Korea, but I grew up in the States, like an army kid in the States. So I haven't been there. I obviously don't know what it looks like aside from pictures, but I just wanted to give off that same vibe. So I stitched a bunch of pictures together from Pinterest, and I kind of created this scene where it's like a lot of rolling hills, working on that, trees, the blue house, which is the house I was just talking about. I'm almost done, I think. Just have to render some of the details and build the frame, and I have to do that all this week. I'm scared. This style you see me doing now, like my self-portraits, the inner child paintings, and now I want to do more landscapes because I'm having a lot of fun with it. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm burnt out, so I'm kind of just rambling. Forgive me. Hopefully this will be done in the next week. I'm a little worried about her reaction just because she can be super hit or miss with what she likes. She is not a good gift receiver, and sometimes if she does like it, it takes her a long time to express that. So I'm not gonna put a lot of weight into that. I'm gonna let her, you know, I'm just gonna give it to her and see what happens. And if she like truly doesn't like it, then I love it. So I mean, I guess I'll just keep it or put it in my room or whatever. But yeah, that's what I've been working on for her this month. first painting is done for my inner child, and I've kind of figured out my style through that. I started a new one, which is really exciting. It's the one right behind me here. And since I've figured out kind of where or how I want these paintings to look, I've been getting through this one a lot faster than the one right behind me. And it's been super fun. I'm taking a little bit more risks as far as like the initial sketch and concept. It's just really exciting to kind of take something that looks like a childhood sketch and turn it into like this big oil painting and see how it turns out. This one's really fun. I really like how the kimchi in this painting turned out. I'm super obsessed with these oil pastels and like using them like crayons and mixing them with an oil painting and like that juxtaposition. I think that's it for this month. I'll just be working on new paintings. I completely forgot. I've also bought a saw, chop saw? A miter saw. I bought a miter saw. So my plan is, I've always wanted to make my own frames. I've always wanted to see my work in frames, but reaching out to people and businesses, it's really expensive. For me to do it myself, the miter saw I bought off of Facebook Marketplace was a used $40 one, which is awesome. And the wood itself is not super expensive. I think all in all, it's gonna be way cheaper for me to do it myself. And I made my first one. I'm doing practice ones for my Ghibli-tober paintings. So these are my test subjects, but at the end I'll have all my Ghibli-tober paintings framed. So this is what it looks like without the painting. What I'll have to do is in the back here, I'll have to make another kind of like inner frame so that I can nail my painting to it, and it'll be a little bit of a float frame. This frame is a little fucked up. I have to be careful with the saw. I swear to God, if I cut off my hanger, I'm gonna literally jump off a bridge. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I'm very excited, and I'll have those hanging up in my studio. Hopefully, I think I'll have them done for next vlog. I am definitely gonna cut down my hours at the bar so I can focus on art again. I really love how I painted these Ghibli tovers. I brought 2 of them. The landscapes that I'm doing, I have become obsessed with it because of these Ghibli tover paintings, how I painted these landscapes. I had to do 1 a day in oil paint, so I had to kind of rush. I had to do everything in 1 shot, whereas all of these I can take days and days and days to build up. These I had to do in 1, and the effects that I got, I'm just really mesmerized by my own work. That sounds so vain, but I love it. I love it so much. You don't understand how stressed I was. The month, Ghibli Tover month, is always so stressful. You have to like make it look like the scene in 1 shot. So that means you have to be super abstract with some of your brush strokes. And that's really what I want to go for. But when I have time, I just render until it looks too realistic. And I don't want that. I don't want that look. I want it to look like these. So I'm working on that, working on really being loose, trying to be more loose in these trees you can kind of see. But yeah. Thank you for making it to the end of the video if you did. I know in some parts I was rambling and I don't know if I made sense or not. I'm just going to run with what I got, and if it sounds like I'm exhausted, I am. I'm excited to start all these new paintings. I'm excited to build these frames, and I'm just excited to see my show really come together. Hi, Kimchi. So, if you made it to the end, please like it, subscribe. The last video did a lot better than I was expecting, and I got a few followers from it. So if you like this style of video, or you just like watching me paint or hearing me rant, give it a like, follow, share it, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Scar, brother, long live the king.